South Korea. We know it for K-pop, K-dramas, cutting-edge technology, and a culture that has captivated the world. But behind this vibrant, modern image lies a history that stretches back thousands of years. Have you ever stopped to wonder, why is South Korea called Korea? Where did that name even come from? And why do Koreans themselves call their country something completely different? To find the answer, we need to travel back in time. Back through ancient kingdoms, powerful dynasties, foreign traders, painful colonization, and finally, a tragic division. This is the complete story of the name Korea. Our journey begins on the Korean Peninsula, where the earliest civilizations appeared around 1500 BCE, but Korean identity starts even earlier, with the legend of Daehan, the mythical founder of the nation, in 2333 BCE. This origin story is not just a myth. It's a foundational part of Korean culture, deeply respected even today. By the 1st century BCE, the peninsula was a battleground of giants. 3 powerful kingdoms rose to dominate the land: Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla. Among them, Goguryeo was the largest, the mightiest, and the most influential. It controlled a vast territory, stretching across what is now modern-day Korea and even parts of China. It was this kingdom, Goguryeo, that would unknowingly give the world a name it still uses today. Back then, Chinese historians and traders who had frequent contact with the kingdom referred to Goguryeo using their own pronunciation, Gaoli or Gaoli. As trade routes expanded across East Asia, this name began to travel. Foreign merchants, especially from the Arab and Persian worlds, encountered this land primarily through Chinese records and word of mouth. Over centuries of linguistic evolution, Gaoli slowly morphed into the word we now recognize as Korea. Think about that for a moment. This wasn't a name chosen by the Korean people themselves. It was a foreign pronunciation passed from one culture to another that gradually became the standard name for the peninsula on the world stage. Names, after all, often travel through the channels of trade and diplomacy, not necessarily through self-identity. Fast forward to the year 918 CEA. A new dynasty rises to power, and it will cement this name in global history: the Goryeo Dynasty. The name Goryeo was no accident. It was a deliberate choice. The new rulers wanted to revive the legacy of the great Goguryeo, positioning themselves as its true successors. This period marked a golden age for the peninsula. It was a time of incredible innovation, from the invention of movable metal-type printing to flourishing Buddhist art and expansive global trade. During the Goryeo era, the peninsula opened up to the world like never before. Foreign visitors, diplomats, and merchants from across the globe now consistently referred to the land as Goryeo. When European explorers and mapmakers finally documented the region, they recorded what they heard. Goryeo became Korea, and eventually, Korea. By the Middle Ages, the name Korea was officially etched onto global maps, a permanent fixture in the world's geography. But history is never static. In 1392, the Goryeo Dynasty fell, and a new one, the Joseon Dynasty, took its place. The Joseon rulers had a different vision. They adopted Confucianism as the state ideology and turned their focus inward, building a society based on scholarship and bureaucracy. They also gave the state a new official name, Joseon. For the next 500 years, Koreans used the name Joseon to refer to their own country. This created a fascinating dual identity. At home, they were the people of Joseon. Abroad, to the rest of the world, they remained the people of Korea. The international community had already settled on a name, and once a name becomes globally recognized, it rarely disappears. This separation, Joseon at home, Korea abroad, would continue for generations. Then came one of the darkest chapters in Korean history. In 1910, the Empire of Japan annexed Korea, beginning a brutal 35-year colonial rule. During this time, Koreans were subjected to systematic oppression. They were forbidden from speaking their language, practicing their culture, and were even forced to change their names to Japanese ones. Their national identity was under attack. Yet, ironically, the name Korea persisted internationally, a silent testament to a nation that was fighting to survive. This dark period finally ended in 1945 with Japan's defeat in World War II, but freedom came at a devastating cost. The moment of liberation was also the moment of division. The Korean Peninsula was split along the 38th parallel. The North was backed by the Soviet Union, while the South was supported by the United States. Two separate governments emerged from the ashes of war, each choosing a name that reflected its new identity. The south officially became Daehan Minguk, which translates to the Republic of the Great Korean People. In the north, the state was named Chosun Minjujuwi Inmin Kongwaegok, or the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Notice they chose to revive the old name Chosun or Joseon. So you have Daehan Minguk in the south and Chosun in the north. But what did the world call them? They continued to use the ancient name that had been circulating for over 1,000 years, Korea. To differentiate, they simply added a direction, South Korea and North Korea. Today, South Korea stands as one of the world's most influential nations. Its cultural and economic power is undeniable, from global giants like Samsung and Hyundai to the worldwide phenomenon of BTS and Oscar-winning films like Parasite. Yet, despite this incredible modern success, its international name, Korea, still echoes the memory of an ancient kingdom, Goryeo. It serves as a powerful reminder that history never truly disappears. It evolves, it adapts, and it leaves its mark in the most unexpected ways. So, why is South Korea called Korea? Because of an ancient kingdom whose name was carried by Chinese scribes, passed along trade routes by Persian merchants, and solidified on European maps. It's a name born from foreign tongues, global trade, and history's long, unwavering memory. South Korea is a modern political designation. But Korea, that name belongs to thousands of years of civilization. A rich, complex, and resilient history. And now you know its story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world.